We all have many stories, don't we? Some good, some not so good. And whilst our stories may be quite different, often they each have the power to teach us something important. Today I'm talking about our inevitable mistakes and how we can handle them. Everyone experiences failure at some point in their lives, but it's important to remember that when we feel embarrassed and disappointed in ourselves, it doesn't have to be the end. We can turn things around and make it the beginning of a new journey. Welcome to Helen Barton on YouTube, here to guide you on your very own pathway to uncover the true you and positively sparkle. My question is, do you let your mistakes get you down? Or do you use them as an opportunity to grow as a person? Let's first take a step back and analyse what went wrong. What could you have done differently? What can you do to prevent the same mistake from happening again in the future? No matter how you look at it, getting into the occasional mess is a part of life, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, think about it. When we fail, we have the chance to learn from our miscalculations and use the experience to teach important life lessons to others. Failure can be the key to your success, as each time things don't work out the way you thought they would, you can learn a great lesson and get one step closer to what you're actually aiming for. When you're wise enough to embrace self-growth, then you can become the best version of yourself, that authentic you. What counts is how you get back up onto your feet again, how you use those difficult mental and even physical struggles to inspire you to reach greater heights as you wake up to your true potential. Our life setbacks can also motivate us to work harder and surpass expectations, both for ourselves and others. So when you feel that terrible frustration because you could have done so much better, don't beat yourself up about it. Don't be discouraged by such stumbling blocks, but instead use them as stepping stones to reach your goals. Value the fact that you are now far more self-aware as you start to recognize what your current limitations are and what you need to work on, whether relating to your job, play, social, family, life in general. And failure can also help you develop resilience. Personally, I've learnt to be more humble and not to take things so much for granted. No one is perfect and everyone makes errors, but usually, thankfully, they're small ones. But the tough ones we come across can be very impactful. As John Wayne said, courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyway. For me, one of my biggest mistakes was not listening to my intuition. I was in a situation when I felt something wasn't right, but I didn't fully investigate because it involved family. I wanted to believe that the person I was trusting was different than they really were. And because of that, I had faith that they would take care of my mother, and they did not. I learnt the hard way that it's so important to trust your gut, that inner feeling about what may be right or wrong. If something feels off, it probably is. And no matter how much you want to believe otherwise, you have to be willing to accept the truth. It took me a long time to forgive myself for that mistake, but I realise now that it's made me a much stronger and wiser person. I hope this will inspire you to not give up on yourself when you regret something, but instead use it as an opportunity for your growth, be able to bounce back to the real amazing person you are. Remember, you're not your mistakes, and don't be afraid of challenges. It's a part of life. I'm curious, what's your story? Have you made mistakes that have helped you become the person you are today? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Yours in truth.